Today on Retro Man Forever, is this the most controversial Tarzan movie of all time? Stick around for more. Tarzan the Ape Man 1981 is one of the strangest Tarzan movies that you'll ever see. In fact, it's the second Tarzan the Ape Man remake. The first Tarzan the Ape Man came out in 1932 and it starred Olympic gold medalist Johnny Weissmuller in the role of Tarzan. Maureen O'Sullivan played Jane, and that was a fantastic film. And in 1959 they remade it, and it starred basketballer Denny Miller as Tarzan. And fast forward to 1981 and we have Miles O'Keefe as Tarzan in this film, and this was Miles's film debut, and Jane in this one was played by Bo Derek. Now, Bo had just come off the bat of that big Blake Edwards comedy 10, which she appeared in opposite Dudley Moore, and that was a big blockbuster. So Bo Derek moving into this Tarzan film had some real heat. But the thing is that they call it Tarzan the Ape Man, but really the focus is Jane because of the Bo Derek superstardom on display. And this film was directed by Bo's husband, John Derek, who was a matinee star back in the 50s. He starred in westerns and swashbucklers, and here he has really got his wife front and centre in this Tarzan film. In fact, she is so front and centre that for most of the film she is nude. So this is a real eyebrow-raising Tarzan movie. It was something that had never been done before, and MGM at the time was super concerned that this was going to taint the image of Tarzan, and almost felt like shelving the film. But this was a sexy film where all the elements didn't quite work, and for that reason you should really check it out. It also had a pretty impressive supporting cast. They actually put Richard Harris in there as Bo Derek's dad, so Jane's dad has a pivotal role. In fact, you could say Richard Harris really plays it over the top. He has this booming baritone voice, and he's really taking it to town here in this film. And also joining Jane and her dad on this expedition, if you will, is John Philip Law. Many of you will remember John from Barbarella with Jane Fonda. He had a striking presence in that film. But in Tarzan the Ape Man, he's kind of lost here. I mean, it's like adding a character to the mix, but he doesn't do a lot. He's kind of very secondary and just along for the ride in a very perfunctory manner. So this movie's focus really is Jane, and when it comes to Tarzan, unfortunately, you know, the titular guy, Miles O'Keefe, he doesn't show up in the movie until about 45 minutes in. And you go, wow, did it take that long? But it really does take a long time before Tarzan appears, and when he does, unfortunately, it's rather clunky. Although Miles O'Keefe has a striking presence, and John Derek photographs this movie so well, it comes across really clunky because the action sequences are extremely static. Unfortunately, what we get here is a lot of slow motion action, and it doesn't serve Miles O'Keefe very well, and it makes for a really clunky experience. So we have a Tarzan that's kind of very hokey, and he just stands there, and when he bursts into action, you don't really get anything that exciting. You just get these clunky, slow motion fight sequences. So in that department, it's very hokey. But in all honesty, guys, they really should have just called this one Jane of the Jungle. But does Bo Derek really do anything spectacular in this film? Not really. I mean, all she does is take her clothes off and kind of pose around. And for some people, that's enough. But for others, we want Tarzan to do something. And he's just not that heroic in the context of this film. So Tarzan the Ape Man 1981 is a bit of an oddity. It really is a film that has been lost to the hands of time. But back in 81, it did make a bit of money at the box office. It was quite the hit, but as soon as it left cinemas, it was rather forgotten about. So it's just a curiosity piece these days for people that are interested in adventure films or, are looking for what happened to Tarzan during the 80s. I mean, this was kind of a very unusual film. So Tarzan the Ape Man 81, man, it's a bit of a mess, but if you're game, check it out. Until next time, this is Retro Man, living the dream, retro style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang. But in the meantime, please check out these other episodes.